Hello. Welcome. Just quickly finishing things. It's quite rainy out there currently. Evening, rainy, very cloudy as well, of course, grey skies. But actually quite nice because everything's turning green, pretty much now has turned green actually. And it's those nice, very juicy greens, those tender ones. Later on in summer it'll get more intense, darker greens as the leaves absorb more sunlight and harden because they don't want to lose so much water and so. But now it's still more tender and it's raining and there's a clothes line there and there are little water droplets on it that look quite nice as they're refracting the sky. And there are daisies down there as well. Quite nice. So, hello Kangafango. Yes. Fun fact, 5 days ago it was a year since the last game dev live stream. Oh, interesting. Milton Valley Railroad, the tale of the next branch. Yes. A lovely rain near North Devon. Wait, I was holding them up the wrong way around. Yeah. It's just quickly. I have to change some settings. One moment. One moment. One moment. Need to quickly find the thing. Be with you shortly. Okay. Should be good. I did announce it on Discord, right? Yes, I did. Okay. Wait, it was yes. Okay, so yeah, one moment. There we go. Let me switch over. Here we are. So, why are we back here? Good question. Well, some might say that it's because I've forgotten to put down signals. And if some would say that, then those would be correct. Actually, one moment. I'm not sure of that. One moment, just switch that over. There we go, that's better. The webcam stuff, sorry. Right. So let's start by placing down those signals. I have decreased the render distance again, just because it's not really needed that high at the moment. Okay. And these ones are the left ones, so they need to go on here. Or do I want the one-head ones? I think the one-head ones should suffice here, probably. Actually, maybe the taller dwarf ones would be good. Is there a left-hand side one for the tall one? I think there is. Yes. And the left 15-foot one? Is that a... Ah, that's that one. Right. No, I prefer the actual signals like that. Okay. Oh, yes, good. Like that. Then I need 2 on the other side. Aye, 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 Captain. Let's have it there. Then scroll down, get this one. Okay. Were there ever such red signals with a non-black disk? I don't think so. Because it's creating contrast. Mr. Snipes, hello! It was described as some sort of French marmalade. Lieutenant Schwartz. Ah. Ooh, and you've brought a bot with you. Congratulations. How are you, Mr. Snipes? Also, I'm unfamiliar with that quote. Okay, so now that I've put signals up here, now we can get to the thing that we're actually going to be working on. So I'm sure you might come by today. Oh, really? So, over here, this is where we'll be working. So, this branch, if I zoom out, I want to go a little bit over here and then probably to a town that's like here, something like that. Just a small branch. Maybe a little bit further, like around here, anyway. Small town, and there are a few variables of this. Almost came into the truck stream, but you both ended at that moment. Ah, I see. So, one, of course, we've got the rail line that needs to go up there. Then we've got the river, which I do also want to go through the town. Then we've got a road, which should probably also go to the town. Yes, I'll have to redo some of this bit because it's not supposed to go down that way. It's supposed to follow the valley up. And then the last bit is this log flume, which is necessary because with this lake back here, I've got this timber loading facility where logs get floated. Logs get floated to this little bay here, and then they get sorted and loaded onto trains here. Now the logs have to get here in the first place, and they can't really get along this river because it's too small and too rough. They just get damaged and maybe block stuff up as well. So that's not going to work. Over here, I could have them go along the river, but I do want the river to also climb up the valley a little bit with the line. So why not use the log flume? Now, I don't want to have a log loading area over here. I thought that I might want to, but I've decided against it. Because I've already got that up here, and I would like more variation. I would like to have an industry, maybe, I don't know, maybe a bakery or something. Yeah, because you've got flour that, well, you've got grain that comes from some of the farms along this bit that gets moved either, well, probably starting, either down to the city where then gets sorted if it's on mixed freight trains, and then I want the flour mill to be over here so that the grain, in the end, the grain goes up there. But I'm not entirely sure how I want to do that, because it would be faster just have a loco start here, pick up stuff, and then go up there. And then, well, then you can start from down here anyway. So maybe it doesn't matter which way that goes. And then when we're over here, I want to get the flour from the flour mill up to here. Well, not up to that, up to here, where I want the... is it a bread mill? If a mill is a factory that specializes on one product, would it be a bread mill? I guess it would, or baked goods mill. Yeah, a bakery that then supplies general goods, so food, which then can be delivered to a lot of the other towns and the city down here as well, which then means we've got boxcars going along this bit, which I do want. And not just boxcars that come in from a portal. Yes, we can have those too, but just boxcars that actually get produced there, that get filled up here, so that in multiplayer those can be used as well with those industries. So I think that is what I want to have. And in that case, having a third place to load logs at isn't really needed. Because, well, a fourth technically, because we've got one over here, then we've got the second one by the lake, and then the third one up here. Having a fourth one isn't really needed. But having a little town there means passenger service. So we've actually got passenger service, not just going up to Northasia / portals, but we've also got it going along the lake and over that bridge, which will be very nice. So that's what I want, and now I'll read chat. Hold on, one moment. Right, yeah, due to player availability, I needed to shift the slot forward by 2 hours. I'm like the most average blue I've ever seen today. Well, for me, you're a deep, hard to read blue. So it's from 6 to 8 instead of 8 to 10. Yes, I know the one. Yes. I had some really nice firewood that came from the bottom of a lake that had a lumber mill on it in the 1800s. Oh. You're going to need some way to get the logs across the lake too. Yes, I'm probably going to put like a tugboat or something in there. Brownsville Bakery, providing you with the same good old bread since 1866. Yeah, a miracle it hasn't molded yet. Yes. Breadery. Many logs sink and are still at the bottom of lakes where these operations existed. Ooh. Flour mill and then large factory size bakery. Yes, exactly. Not sure, bread mill and breadery are actually terms I put in your new terms and words channel. Yes, so let's get to it. Actually, let's put a tug in first. Just to get the logs around. Is this one a good one for this? That one might be good. Actually, no. I'll use that one because that... Oops, no, not that. Don't want to delete that. I'll use the other one because that is the classic old asset. It's good to have that one get a little bit more use. So I'll just place it somewhere down there. And then have it come up, come on. Oh, it's got a maximum height of 50 meters. Ah, well, in that case, I physically can't have it be any further out because it can't be higher up than this. So having it around... hold on, one moment. Need to place it somewhere where it'll actually work. Maybe there. And then maybe if I turn it a bit so that it's maybe coming towards this way. So the wood I have for burning would have been alive in like the 1600s, cut down in the 1800s, and was recovered from the lake 2 years ago. That is impressive, but I'll one-up you. If you are burning coal, then that is wood that was alive all the way back in the Carboniferous period, which is millions and millions and millions of years ago. Actually, it's like, what, like 200? No, it's hold on. Hold on, one moment. Carboniferous. Yeah, around 300 million years ago. So if you burn coal, you're burning what's was alive about 300 million years ago. Oh, wrong flag on the boat. Yeah, but I mean, actually, I guess I could put an American flag on it. Flag. Hey, fun with flags again. Let's see if we can find one that would work. I mean, there's this one. Just a huge flag, just that could be funny. Let's try this. Hold on, need to actually grab hold of it. There we go. Oh, this one can be raised higher than the boat. Interesting. I can't quite... I don't think I'll be able to completely get rid of the flag covered up completely. But really only the side that the player is going to see the boat from counts. So, oops, come on. If I put this like there, hold on, if I do it, actually if I put this like there and then turn it slightly, and maybe lower it down a little bit, like that. There you go, flag is fixed. At least from this side, but you won't really see it from that side because, well, the trains are here. Even if you zoom out, you'd have to zoom out really far to be able to see it from the other side. And if you do manage to see it from the other side, then it's a nice little Easter egg. Reskin the tugboat of US flag? But yeah, maybe it's someone's private tugboat. Or it could be an Australian company. The ends of the logs were cut off by university to study climate on the rings because the trees were old enough for interest in that. Ooh. Probably. Alright, coal campfires are less fun. And bristle cones can get up to 5,000 years old. Bristlecone pines. And then you've of course got the quaking aspens, which are like 11,000 years old. Put 2 on it, one on either side. I could, but I'm not sure that that's really needed. The smell of wood is amazing too when it burns. Fun flags, yeah. Australian native living in the US. Australian boat turns to US gunboat. Huh. I'm not quite going for gunboat, I'm more going for tugboat, but I'll keep that in mind. Welcome to episode 437 of Fun with Flags. This episode will be all about the flags featured in the community content of video games about trains. Okay. And I might put some floating logs over here as well, but the thing is with that, that'll take time and I really want to get to building more. That's like a detail that I can add later on. I will not add a gun to the tugboat. Who would it fire at even in this lake? Anyway, let's add some baseboards to figure out where the line would go. So I wanted to go diagonally up for a little bit, then turn right and go west for a little bit. So as we're going diagonally, something like this should be fine. So it comes over to probably, well, okay, if it's coming over like that, then probably like here. So I think 2 baseboards wide should be enough. And like that. And then maybe 2 more like this, and then maybe going up diagonally a little bit more. So like that. So then the line's going to go up like this, then carry along like that, and then go diagonally, and then the town's going to be over here. I think that's good. An in-depth study of carpet erosion in the Royal Palaces of England. Carpet erosion, is that an actual thing of an actual video study, or is it a joke, like carpets eroding due to being used? Or is it like a forest floor, as in carpet, like mosses and things like that? There be pirates on that there lake, yes, scallywags. Scallywags. That's, that must be a very flexible face. That's when carpets wear down from being walked on, etc. Ah, so yes. Okay, now, since I've already got this nice big flat area here, I can just use the copy-paste tool to paste that over on the other place, and since it's already got the texture, I might as well keep that as well, if I'm already pasting it over everything. Might as well. Areas with furniture suffer less erosion. Yes, that is to be expected. Unless, of course, the furniture has a tendency to be moved around, in which case it might suffer more erosion. The furniture has wheels. So if you get a carpet, you can try to look at what part was walked on regularly and get an idea of what the room layout used to be. Yeah. Actually, yes, that is a thing that I took notice of all the way back when I didn't used to live here. Actually, maybe it might be better if I just place them like this. Yes, that's faster. Just clicking like that. There we go. May interest you in some apple cider. Thank you for the offer, but I'm good at the moment. Although maybe someone else in chat would be interested. Okay. So leave 1 or 2 of those holes as abandoned mine shafts. That would be interesting, but I don't think that would work with the valley that I want to have here. But maybe when I've put in the valley, maybe I can put some of that in, if I remember, and if it works. So, next point, tracks. And I'm going to use, hold on, where is that other track? No, that's the ballast. I want to use another track that doesn't have the loading issues. I think it's just an Oran track. Oran. Yes, this one. So, no thanks, but may I have a jar of olives? We might need them for the TS stream. Oh, wait, are you gonna drive an oil burning loco? If a salad is served again. Alright. That's interesting. Oh, what are we driving next time? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. So, I want to get the grade. What grade do I have here? Like 1.5 or 2? Oh, 0.1. 0.1% grade. That's okay. Actually, that might be interesting, not having that big of a grade, because I've got quite steep grades before. If salad is served next time, olives would be good for to have. Yes. So let's increase the grade to maybe 3.5, or 0.35, I mean. And then let's just roughly line out how I want this to go. Also, let's straighten that bit. Better be a steamer or restore diesel. I don't know. Abandoned mine shafts are probably a bad idea. That wandering mayor would probably fall down it and then need a fire rescue helicopter to come rescue him. Or the Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds could help as well. Although they are probably like 100 years. Yeah, because Thunderbirds takes place in the 2060s. Today I learned about a stupid idea. Why would you need an electric fire truck? Oh! Maybe if there's a tunnel that isn't ventilated and you're worried about fumes from the exhaust. So having an electric fire truck that doesn't cause extra fumes in that situation might be useful. Although if it's just one vehicle, you're probably not going to be that big of a difference. So, okay, how do I want this? I want this to go diagonally. Let's have a little bit of a straight point there. Actually, maybe having a little bit of a curve like that could be useful. So have it, and I can change the grade later. Having it curve around like this. Then coming around here. And then coming around there to where the town is. So approaching from an angle like this, and probably continuing off that way to another portal. I wonder how many miles that is. Like, it's lithium batteries. They're heat sensitive. Fire is hot. Why would the New York Fire Department waste their money on such a stupid idea? The Thunderbirds have blacklisted the mayor because he needs rescuing too often and doesn't pay his bills. They end up wasting too many resources on him when there are others who need to be rescued. Aww. Yeah, I mean, resource management, it's... Even the Thunderbirds have to do it, apparently. Is that going to be a good grade like that? A good curve like that, curving a bit outwards and then over? I think so. And having this be... Actually, I probably need 2 points in here to properly do this. Insert a point there. And have it come around sort of like that, probably. Although I'm tempted to just move this a little bit closer so we can have more of a crescent shape like this. I think that's a good shape. Although looking at it from this angle, I'm not so convinced. Hold on. Maybe I need a third spline point in this curve. Hold on. I thought I clicked that, apparently I hadn't. Yes, a third spline point is what solves the issue. Okay, so we've got a curve like that. So as you're coming in, you can see the track bed over there. And it comes over, goes straight, goes along this big curve. We can probably have some sort of viewing spot there as well. It continues on like that. And then it's fairly straightforward. Well, it's fairly curvy, but you know what I mean. And then it gets over to the town. I think that's good. Poor mayor, you'd think he'd have the money, but when you think about all the roof helipads he's built, he maybe not so much. How about a fire truck with a pantograph? They should have just called Eliza. Eliza can get the money out of him either way. Either via peaceful or violent means the latter would be most effective. Not as stupid, but still a little stupid. But violence doesn't do much when you have a mayor that's trapped in an abandoned mineshaft. Well, depends on the kind of violence. If you're using violence like, for example, smashing, blowing away rubble with explosives, then that is violent and it could help. To date, the Thunderbirds have had to rescue the mayor 147 times in the last 5 years. He's always wandering into places he should not be. I wonder if there's a connection with the Hood. Maybe the Hood calls the mayor to distract the Thunderbirds while he does some stuff. Interesting. Who said he'll be stuck in there? I mean, you kind of have to assume that with a mayor. Well, you need to first get him out. Well, I need to walk down to the garage to get my car. It is apparently fixed and ready. Till next time. Thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye. Shadows, I know, but explosives might injure the mayor. No. Not in that situation, of course. The Hood's definitely evolved somehow. Okay, so let's decide how. Well, let's do the grade. Let's do the grade. That's a good idea, isn't it? Isn't it? So I quite like the idea of this bit being relatively flat, but I do want this curve to be quite a bit more elevated. So I need a, although this is already quite high up from where the lake is. Maybe we could have a waterfall or something here. That might look good, having a little waterfall. So then that brings it up to that height, because that is more the height that I was looking for anyway. So maybe if I go up to 1.27%. I like using irregular numbers. This sort of thing. Okay, so sort of up to there, which means if you're down here, you can see that the line's higher up back there, but it's not too big of a difference. And then from here, I want to reduce the grade back down to maybe 0.15, perhaps. And then that kind of going straight along here, well, straight-ish. And then maybe having a little bit of a grade increase again, maybe 0.8%. Going up this way to probably around here. Although I do want quite a bit of a steeper bit here, so maybe 1.9%, going from here up to there, and then here where the station stuff is, I want to have it be flat. Although I will have to do a little bit of changing around here, maybe. So you've got the station up here, and then you've got this big incline going downwards, that kind of flattens out, and then it starts going downwards again, this loop, and then coming down. I think that'll make for an interesting drive up there. That idea is great. Even Lady Sasquatch is beginning to get tired of his escapades. Well then, actually maybe that will finally make him a little bit more careful of where he goes. Anyway, Silver Cider. My Arma 5 session was pretty eventful. I did post a screenshot of me and the crew. Yes, the thing that reminded me of Limbo for some reason. Just the vignettes of the trees. Even though, yes, your screenshot was significantly bluer than the monochrome or monochromatic Limbo. You think Lady Sasquatch would have taught the mayor some acrobatics by now? Track layout looks good. Thank you. Thank you. So I'll quickly grab the waterfall asset, because I really quite like the idea of having a little waterfall there, which also helps to explain why they built the flume in the first place. Oh boy, what an event it was. Oops, one moment. There we go. Had to teach Carol how to play Milsim. Milsim? What is Milsim? There we are. Oh, right. Military simulation. I'll let me move my trackball a bit. There we go. I was about to say, I doubt it's anything peaceful. I quite like the idea of having the waterfall begin there. Which means that then I'll... Should I bring the... Should that be... Huh. Actually, the waterfall could be a good transition between the styles of river. Having this come up to there. And then I want a pool at the bottom. I forget what they're called, but where it kind of digs out a little hole around there. Like that. Carol kept dying because she thought Milton was like run and gun. Oh, it isn't. Yeah, but no. How about a series of small waterfalls? Maybe. What do you think, Kango? One large waterfall like this or a series of smaller waterfalls? Oh yes, basin. Might be wrong. It's not basin. It's something pool. I'm a doctor, not a waterfallologist. What do you think? Might as well paint over with other texture. I vote for several smaller ones, as you've already had a large one on the branch. On the other branch. Yeah, okay, sure. We'll go for a series of smaller ones then. Good idea. That's a bit too small of a difference. A plunge pool or plunge basin or waterfall lake is a deep depression in a stream bed at the base of a waterfall. Yes, that is the term. Thank you very much. Is that difference? No, that difference is too small. Hold on. There was also a hilarious vehicle bug, which was quite the modder's fault, by the way. What was it? Actually, this should be a little bit higher. Let me just increase that by 1 meter. That is better. Untitled Chapter. So, Kango was half right. Yes, the basin. Okay, so I'll put down the waterfalls now, and then I'll see about having the river or the water, because I'm not sure if I want. Actually, what height is this? Actually, it doesn't matter. I'm not sure if I want the actual water or if I want painted on water here. Not sure which one would look better. Right. Would be interesting to form the terrain near the waterfalls when all zoomed in. You mean first person mode? The bug flung the capped Kuganets 25, and we managed to land it on another, and it bugged inside the other one. Oh, right. I see. Yeah, those things tend to happen in games that have physics. Yeah, I meant the first person. That would not be interesting. That would be frustrating. I mean, it might be interesting, but it wouldn't be fun. That's what I meant. It wouldn't be fun. Okay, and I want to bring the terrain in a little bit more here. Just a little bit higher, closer over by the side. Just sort of like that. By the way, the log flume is not in its final position. I think I want to have it on the other side of the river, because I want the road to be on this side and I want the flume to be on the side with the tracks. Oh, split the waterfall with a big rock between them. Ooh, now that's a good idea. Anyway, took a short break, back to Milton. Okay, well then, have fun in your military simulation. With water particles! We'll see. See you tomorrow. Yes, Star Trek. Rolls 19s. Yeah, 19s. Not great on Star Trek. Because it's a roll under system. Okay, let's see maybe one of these rocks. Make the waterfall a bit wider too? No, I don't want that much water to flow down there. It already looks like a bit much as it is. Why? Hopefully not. I think having a rock at the bottom here, maybe not, I don't know if this is the particular rock that I want. I'd like one that's a little bit more jagged. That's too large. Maybe that one could be good. I don't know. Or maybe some of the JVC rocks. Let's just try this one. Maybe just something like that, and then we can have this waterfall coming down like that, and this waterfall angled a bit more, coming down. I'll have to change some of this on the side. Hold on. Yeah, I'll have to change some of the terrain. Oops. Yeah, I keep changing the brightness because it's just a little bit too bright and a little bit too dark and so on. Wait, is that not? Hold on. Is this not a... Oh! This isn't a... Well, that isn't a 5-meter grid. That explains the issues I'm having here. Well, I've already textured it, so I don't really want to upgrade the grid size now, but... having that be like that, and then having this coming out a little bit more this way. There we go. And yeah, painting it on is definitely better. No, I don't want to do it now. I'm going to leave this as 10 meter because I've already painted it. If I upgraded it, I'd have to redo all the texture work on this baseboard. Because, yeah. And a few more rocks going down between the falls. Yeah, along here, yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Actually, that's turned the wrong way. It should probably be turned something more like this. And that's a bit too far. Hold on. And that is actually rotated the exact same way, so no, that should be rotated more like that. So you mean like this? Yes. Yeah, it does look good. I do like that. And then I'm of course going to add rocks on the sides as well. But I don't really want to get into do too much of the detailing. I want to do the actual big terraforming work first. Let's save. Okay, so actually yes, but getting back to the log flume point, I want the flume to be on this side of the tracks, of the river, I mean. Yeah, on this side of the tracks, but on that side of the river, so that if there's any damage and the water comes running out of the log flume, it doesn't wash away the track bed. So basically, and then I want to have it like this, and then this coming down like that, and then something like that. I'll figure that out later. So I want it to be slope, tracks, flume, river, road, basically. And I'll do this work here in 10-meter grid size because it's just easier, it doesn't take as much performance. And then before I do the texture work, I'll update it to use the 5-meter grid size. I remember I've done a waterfall in Trainz on stream as well. The log flume is such a good idea. Thank you. This would be easier with shadows on, but well, on a higher setting, but performance while streaming doesn't really allow for that with my computer. Yeah, I'm just kind of raising it up to about where the tracks are, so I can get a bit of a better idea of just how tall the tracks are, how high up they are at the moment. Plus for performance live streaming, on a scale of what? Like, what does a 4 mean in that context? Is it percent? Because then it's not that much. Pathfinder skill bonus. Oh, right, in that case, that's quite significant because you add that to 1 to 20, which means that that's a significant bonus. Some might say it's a fifth of a bonus. Okay. Wait, fifth, is that correct? That's 4, 8, 16. It's 4. That's 3, then 4, yes. That is correct. Of course, because it's the other, yeah, of course. Okay. Right, so this is looking nice. I don't want the slopes to be that steep, but I would like more of a continuous slope going up, because what I have on a large part of the map is a little bit of a slope going up to the tracks, and then the slope just becoming so much steeper as it gets past the tracks. And I would like to have a more continuous slope. So the way I'll actually do that is I'll add a track here, going around about like that. And then I want to raise that track up on one side so that the grade of the track intersects with where the other track is, a little bit more than that. So sort of like that, which means if I want the slope to start here, the base, then it would continue up like that, basically. And if I do this on a few places, then I can use the plateau tool to, well, to make it look right, basically. Although I do have to be careful to keep the length roughly the same as well, because otherwise that'll change the grade. Clever trick. Thank you. Okay, so then I'll increase that height. Does that roughly intersect with where the tracks are? It's a bit too high, so I'll decrease the, I don't know if I can click it. There we go. Decrease the grade a little bit, sort of like that maybe. And then let's just do this section. Let's use the plateau tool to properly do the grade on this section. So first of all, I need to merge it together with those two areas there. And I can always just align the terrain to these tracks again, and again, and again, and again, and so on, to as many times as I need to get the grade right. Maybe do it with a highway spline instead, so you cover more ground. Ha! No, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. The width that it applies the terrain height to is independent of the width of the spline. And I don't have to keep this grade going all the way up to this height if it doesn't really look that good. Are you sure about the splines? Pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, yes. I can double check if you want, but I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Unless maybe they changed it in Service Pack 5, but that's always an option. I think I remember flattening the terrain to highway and it working properly. Maybe that was in Train Simulator. Definitely before Service Pack 5. Okay, then let's check. Okay, so we've got this 4-lane highway like that. Is that different, actually? Moo, just gonna look here while I work. Sure, go right ahead. Welcome. Let's do a proper test. If I move that up like this, then I put tracks next to it. Oops, not like that. Hold on. Let's put the tracks here. Then I'll increase the height, click on each of them once, and then I'll delete the splines and we'll check what it looks like. I mean, maybe you are right. And if you are, that could be very useful. That, I don't know. Let's click a bunch more times to really fill it out. And then nope, to me that looks pretty identical. Nope. No, it's the same. See, it's wide enough to fit a highway, basically. But it's the same. It's fine. At least now we checked, we know. Okay, so that is sort of the grade that I want-ish. A bit too steep down here. Okay, let's align that again. Okay, now let's just continue with this. Actually, let's get the height back here again, in case I didn't have it anymore. And that seems about right. Then let's put the height up there. That up to there. And then here I'll probably just merge it manually. But yeah, this is... I have to move these closer because of course the tracks are lower, of course. Of course. So there we go. I need to move this over a little bit as well. I think that'll work, yes? Maybe? How far would that... No, that is not enough. That is not enough. Move that back a bit, like that. The reason why this looks different is because this is 5 meter squares and this is 10 meter squares. It'll work itself out. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Okay. Plateau over it? Yeah, I mean, I'm going to smooth it over anyway. Of course. Very nice. Thank you. And this needs to kind of curve around this way. Although, how is that going to impact the other line? Because if I remember correctly... Actually, no, that's all the way back here where I wanted to have it lower. This is fine. It's not going to impact it at all. Or at least, not really. And then this can just kind of come along here and merge in with this. There be widely seams in them their hills. Yes. Yes, exactly. This would be much easier in Trainz Simulator because there you can just set how wide the embankment is. Or wait, can you set that in Trainz Simulator? I think you can, or was that only in OMSI? I know you can do it in OMSI, but I think you can also do that in Trainz Simulator. Or am I misremembering? Might be misremembering. I don't know. I'm unsure now. Yes, you can. Pretty sure. Was that a reference to Curb Your Enthusiasm? Okay. Let's just bring that in. Bring that up. Pretty sure. Yes. Pretty. Yes. Exactly. One thing I noticed, you don't have any or very few feeder streams draining into the rivers. Yes, that is true. Yeah. I might put some, like for example over here. I could easily put a little feeder stream coming in from up here maybe. But I don't know, it might work. I haven't tried it yet, but I just think it might be distracting because the splines they are quite obvious in the way they look. And it might make it more obvious that it's mostly just flat textures without grass growing over it. Although I could do tricks, like maybe just paint it on, like maybe a darker grass texture because the grass is growing longer around the feeder streams, something like that. But I don't know. I'll think about it. Maybe if a chance presents itself. Just thought. Yeah. Thanks for saying it. Okay, now I've got to smoothen this bit over a little bit more. Or do a winding line of trees to simulate the stream. That's an idea. I'll think about it. Okay, is that close enough? I don't think. I think I'll have to bring it a little bit closer. Not too much. That's too close. That's burying the line. I don't want to bury it. I just want to bring it a little closer. It also means that I've got to bring this back a little bit more as well. Okay, let's apply the terrain height to the splines again. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, it's the Daleks again. That's a surprise. Let's just turn on these lights. There we go. Oops. There we go. Wait, what? What do you mean? I missed that, sorry. I turned on the lights. If you looked at overhead satellite view of Google Maps, you often only notice a stream by the line of trees along the banks and cannot actually see the stream because of the overhanging trees. I think you might be thinking of more major streams than I was thinking of. I was thinking of little brooks and things like that. The German word Bach comes to mind. No, not the composer. No, Bach. Most streams are harder to see. Yeah, that's why, like for example here. We do have these splines in Trainz, which are like smaller streams like that, and that's what I was thinking of. And I could, like for example, I could have one just kind of snaking its way along up the side like that. And that might look good. I might add it. I just haven't tried it yet. Oh yes, well, yes. I think it was similar to the River Dart and the SDR Southern Railway, which I had moderately closely rebuilt parts of on stream. Something like that. But add trees, bushes along the sides. Yeah, adding bushes could make that work. I'll bear that in mind when I get to that bit. Okay, so it comes along here. That's a little... Oh, actually, no, I don't like that little... That's a bit too steep on this side. I need to reduce that. I want to be able to look along this a bit better. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Actually, let's save. I should really stream Trainz again sometime. Yeah, if it doesn't crash. It's been like 10 months now, and gives you a reason to add more small bridges on the railroad. That is a good point. Although I suppose, yeah, small bridges. Or culverted pipe. Although I suppose if you culvert with a thing. Yeah, but bridges, yes. So you come across, actually let's go further back. Let's go further back. Yes, like that. Okay, so you come along here, cross over the bridge, go along this bit, which still isn't completely finished, I think. Comes along here. This bit I still need to do stuff with. Pretty much all of this bit I need to still do stuff with. Comes along here. Then we've got the waterfalls with the log flume joining it, and then along here. Slowly climbing up the grade. Then we've got a little bit more of a cutting here, which I'm fine with. Goes along here, around like that. Then we haven't done anything back here, but I'm quite happy with how this bit looks, except for this obvious area here. A culvert pipe over, bridge over the tracks. Interesting idea. But why have it covered in that case? Why not just have it be half a pipe? Put a quarry there. No. Not in the Americas. If this was a British map, maybe, but not here. Yeah, true. So the water's cleanliness doesn't get affected natively? Well, why would it? I mean, it's free flowing before it gets to the tracks. And if you're talking more like an actual water pipe that's continuously, that basically completely isolated from the outside world, then why have it above ground in the first place? I'm really quite happy with that. Comes around here, then comes around this way. The only thing I'm maybe not entirely thrilled about is having this bit straightened. But I kind of have to. Maybe if I delete one of these bits. No, I kind of have to have it like this. That's okay. So now I can delete these tracks. I don't need these ones anymore. Wasn't really meant to be serious, but I thought it would make for an interesting thing to pass under. But yeah, it should also make sense. Okay, then let's have one of these coming up here. It's a bit too much. Let's bring this bit a bit closer so that it intersects properly. Like that. Then I've got to apply the train out there so that you can see how far I need to move the track in, like this. This should be more like that. And then one more here. And I am adding a lot of these, but it's just going to make it easier to keep the same grade the more I have. Because then I'm dividing it up into smaller sections, which is easier to deal with. That's a little bit too far down. I'll have to bring this a bit closer, I think. Like this. Let's save. Actually, I might as well. Okay, yeah, that'll work. And then I'll put this one a little bit further down that way. And I think I'm probably going to have the log flume kind of join the tracks from this slope, like it's coming down diagonally and then joining the tracks. Because I don't really want to have another forest felling area around here. Okay, now actually let's grab this grade and let's see if I can do something with that here, because obviously I can't get it up to the same height on this side because it's, well, it's there's not enough space for it. Something like that can work. Actually, that could make an interesting screenshot. Oops. Maybe if I increase the render distance a bit. I know we're not at screenshot time quite yet. Hold on, didn't that save? Huh. Although I'm not sure that that's actually that visible now. Although if I take a screenshot like that, maybe. No, that didn't save. Strange. Why didn't that save? Come on. There we go. Maybe those last two should be shallower because the town is there in a more flattened out area. Maybe. But we can work on that when I've actually got the slopes and stuff in place, so that I've got a better idea of how the scenery is going to actually look, and then I can flatten it out later. Should I maybe put dirt between the flattened bits for the thumbnail and or the sides of the flattened bits? No. Yeah, it's not worth it. Okay, so now I'm going to try to connect this up in a efficient way, and then efficient way. I know I could use the set height tool, and that would probably be a better idea, but this way works as well. And I'm not going to worry about the edge. I'm just going to deal with that later, because I will have to redo some bits of this anyway when the town goes in. Or we might have the town on a very steep slope. That's not gonna... I mean, over at Northusia, we already have quite a steep slope that the town's on, and you can see the sort of issues that already arise here with the houses needing to be flat, and then with the roads having that... You get into issues with that. That also looks interesting from up here. Depending on what the other side of the tracks will look like. Yeah, true. Ancient space alien excavations. Yes, of course. Maybe they'll find some Viuni artifacts here. Ooh. No, more radioactive crystal spheres. No more radioactive crystal spheres. I've had my share of them already. I can understand that. Like that. I think that's good. Should probably save. Have a bunch of military vehicles surrounding a UFO crash site in the middle of the forest. I mean... There's already a military thing going on over by the gravel pit with an unidentified object, if you recall. Or maybe you didn't see that one, I don't know. In the warehouse. Maybe if you put stone walls, splines beneath the surface there, and those, where the tracks are, sort of an Easter egg for those active... For those that activate see-through view, I don't know. I think that would just be a bit too obscure. Oh yeah, test you with text, a space Easter egg. I wasn't supposed to say. Never mind. It's fine. Don't worry. I'm sure that the government / military / special operations services will understand. They'll understand all too well. Dun dun dun. Phew, sure. They'll never check in a Twitch stream. Ha. Ha ha ha. Surely. Yes, they will. And don't call me Shirley. Not. 60. They watch all the streams. Men in Black will be knocking at your door soon. Yeah, sure. And if I can't see anyone there, well, then we know that it was just Anthony Saracen too. Ah, well, then I'll be sure to bring me super dark sunglasses. Ha! Ha ha ha. No, they're the ones wearing the sunglasses. Look at my pen here. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I know. Ha! Yes, should I light? Shuts eyes tight. Okay, so I suppose I should align the terrain height to the tracks to see how far I'm like how many cuttings and slash embankments I have, how severe they are. Actually, that's not that bad. Not that bad. Have you done already? Yes, sir. Ah, then I can open my eyes? Uh-huh. Opens eyes and gets flashed. Gotcha. Yes, indeed. I do kind of want to bring the slope downward a little bit more here. I know what I said before, but it just looks a little bit better if it just flattens out a little bit at the bottom. Which does make sense. Ah, I see we are going to have to take more drastic action here. Mr. Fango, it's a real shame that you have been so uncooperative. Ah, no. Dinne fret, everyone. I'm sure this is all just a great big misunderstanding. Now, why don't we all calm down like reasonable adults and and discuss this slowly? He says, opening the back door behind his back. Kango Fango 2.0 is a replacement clone currently being programmed with the necessary memories to take your place. But wait, I thought you were gonna remove the memories, so why would you put them in there in the first place? And what are you going to do with the old Kango? Send him to Texas or something? That seems a little too steep here. Only the necessary memories. What we do with the original is classified. Ah, I see. Well, why don't you just tell me, and then you can use that flashy thing and delete my memories of it. That way you'll be happy and I'll be happy. Oh heavens to Motroid, would you look at the time? I must really be off now. Ta-ra everyone, don't let that creature by the gravel pit catch you. Runs away. Hanna-Barbera style. Classified? Sure. But surely I would be told, of all people. Yes, because we've already established that you're very cooperative and good with information. He kept closing his eyes. I know, Paradise. Ha. Precisely. The quality of being precise. You will become a volunteer for the Kerbal Space Program. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling me. Yay, XD. Okay, is this looking good? I think that's kind of looking good. So I kind of need to flatten out some bits. You will be the test pilot for some professor. Oh, he'll be test piloting the professor. Interesting. Trainz is more exotic experimental craft. Ahem. How do you know that I'm going to call it the professor? Well, I suppose you are the man in black, so you probably have alright intelligence gathering methods. I'd gladly build an underground base on Minmus when we've arrived. Wait, what do you mean there won't be a wee... I'm going alone? Not even with a rocket to keep me company? Well, you'll have the rocket in the beginning, but then as you go, you'll lose bits of it. But don't worry, it's designed to fall off. That's just that soulless experimental craft thing. You will be allowed to take a volleyball along for company. A volleyball. I get the reference. I get it, even though I haven't seen the 6th Doctor yet. I know it wasn't the Sixth Doctor reference, but still, the Sixth Doctor did have a volleyball that he used to get out of trouble sometimes. Didn't he? I seem to remember seeing that in some of the videos about Doctor Who, and some of the pictures. But I don't even work at FedEx, or Posted for that matter. Yeah. No idea what it is. SpaceX. Good point. Okay, now I can delete these section things. And I'll have a bit of a better idea of what this would actually look like to drive along. So I'm going to fly along. Copilot Wilson. Yeah. But must I name it the same? Can we call it Jeb? So it goes along like that. Yes, I am really happy with how these hills look. Except for that little bit there. Hold on, I'll quickly need to fix this bit. One moment. This needs to be smoothed out a little bit more. Like that. There we go. And then this, of course, needs to be brought in slightly. Like that. Oops, no, not delete. Do not delete those. I need those tracks. Otherwise, where would my trains go? In the dirt, exactly. Okay, so this goes along here. Along there. Yeah, this bit, it's just a cutting all the way along, and I don't really like that. If I close, well, if I decrease the radius size, and then kind of drag along here like that to just get rid of that cutting on the left. Or at least push it back far enough that I can then smoothen it out. I think that would work a lot better. I'll rechat in a bit. I just want to quickly see what this looks like what I've just done now. Because I hope that it looks good. And what does it look like? Let's see. Come around here. Yeah, this bit does need to come out a little bit further, otherwise why would the tracks go straight for so long before the before the coive. A little bit like that, maybe. Okay, so yeah, that looks better. Comes around like that, goes around the coive, and then comes over like this. It's really much more of a gradient, but that still needs to be smoothed out a little bit, so that needs to be pushed back, like many a game's release date. Looking at UKSP too. Although, if they need more time to do it properly, they should do it properly. Okay, now I need to just do a little bit of this, just a little bit to lower that down on the side. And then do it like that. Then let's have a look at it again. Come around the coive. Goes along here. Yes, that's what I wanted. Yeah, I didn't want it to be a cutting, although here it's a little bit of, that's fine. Then we get it a bit more of a cutting on this bit. And then here where it's steeper again as well, that's fine. Bit variation. Although here I'm going to have to rework some of this anyway. So let's just make this a bit flatter to begin with. So I'm going to move this away like that. And kind of lower that down back here. Just to have it sort of like this-ish. Yes, that's what I want this to look like. Of course, when I do like the actual planning, I'll have to do things a little differently. One moment. One moment. Dun, 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 dun. If I can find it. One second. Where is it? There was a thing I wanted. I think I found that I wanted to post for you. Where is that? Hold on, I quickly need to check. I'll quickly need to check. Oh! It's CAN, of course. There we go. No, not about KSP2, it's that. Anyway, now I'll read chat. Although thinking about it, that props concern me even more. And life support rations will consist solely of bananas and coconuts. Oh, is that a Charlie Chalk reference? Yeah. Ah, the famous Charlie Chalk diet. I would live with that. I could live with that. That is, true. Star Theory Official, please also make plans for macOS release while you're at it. Yeah. And also please go through with it, actually. Prob's not private division since they're just the publishers. What case we do? Oh, why so? What do you mean? What do you mean, why so? It's just that song. I really liked that song when I found it about the Doctor Who character, and I thought some of you might enjoy it as well, so I wanted to post it because I remembered it, but then I forgot it, and then I remembered it again. Is that not the right link? No, that is the right link. And I thought of it because of the Men in Black, and then that reminded me of it. So there you go. I thought it was related. Nice. It is. Maybe it was in the child too? Maybe. Okay, so this looks really quite nice. Now, to do the other side, I think I am gonna need more baseboards, because originally I thought just having this down the middle and then both sides of the valley going up either side, kind of like I have it over here, where it's essentially 2 baseboards wide. But here that's not going to be enough, because this pretty much takes up the whole thing. So beige boards. Yeah, I'm going to need more beige boards. And actually, yeah, that... Yeah, I'm going to need more. Do I still have that in the... No, actually I do. I did, Top Putty Cat. Also, with this stream, it'll be 100 streams since Mr. W had last joined us on VC before 185. Ah! A centenary, then. Centenary? Yes. 100 years. Centenary, like it's a 100-year thing, but technically a century, century, centenary just means 100. Centurion. So not century, centenary. Like anniversary of 100, a centenary. 100 anniversary, centenary. Centenary catenary. Ha ha ha. Yeah, painted gold, the entire thing. I mean, it would conduct electricity, I suppose, still. Just it might get scraped off a little bit. Okay, I'll delete the road because that's just going to be distracting. So I'm going to delete it up to there. And then let's just quickly smooth this over because it's going to be distracting if it's not smoothed over and it's not like a blank canvas thing. Centennial, yeah, centenary, catenary is the more common term. Yeah. Okay, so I want this to be roughly the same height on the other side of the valley as well. So let's just grab the height. It's about there anyways. That actually fits pretty well. Okay, and then if I kind of have this go maybe along here. Could be a little bit steeper on this side, so I can bring it a bit closer like that. Yes. I think it was a 30-degree slope or something like that. Yeah, 30, above 31. Let's make it negative 31-degree slope. So now I can just click up here, drag down the line at that same incline, and where it meets the floor, click, and then I've got the same thing as I theoretically have over here. Only over here it's going to go down at a slightly different angle because it's... I messed with it, but this should theoretically work. I did the same thing with cutting on some of my maps, where I use these tracks to have a very precise grade of the cutting, where it's not all bumpy. That isn't just straight, I mean, like 45-degree cut or something like that. That Canton, Delaware President Romano original truck song is almost 10 years old. Video has been uploaded on 30th of 7, 2012. Yeah. I mean, when did that episode first air? Was that like 2011 or 12, around there? Uh, 3,652 days ago, President Romano was probably still working on it. Probably. Around there, I would guess. Yeah, because you just multiplied it by 10, didn't you? Humph. Okay, so here, this is going to be a bit more tricky. Oh, that's, well, actually, no, I suppose I could just bring it all the way over here. Yeah, that'll work. So then, let's flatten the height to these bits to see what that what that will look like, to get a better idea of the shape. Oops. Okay. Actually, I'm quite happy with that as a grade. How would that look coming up here? Actually, I think that'll look pretty good. Yeah, that looks quite good. Although taking the log flume around this curve is going to be interesting, because the logs might get stuck. Might have to rethink that. I might have to have the log flume on the other side. Anyway, we'll get to that when we get to that. And this won't stay that flat. I will have bits where it rises a bit higher and a bit lower, but I think it's gonna stay vaguely at that height. Voice navigation for the logs. Go straight on. The flume would probably just cut straight across. Yeah, but I don't know if the supports are long enough to do that. I mean, I suppose I could put it on top of a trestle, but I don't know. We'll have to deal with it when we get to that. This is going quite well, isn't it? Yeah, that was my thought too. Sure, we shall cross that log flume when we get to it. Or it might cross us. What if it'll double cross us? Oh no. Going really well, yeah. Crash. No, don't. That was not a command. Stop. Good, managed to cancel it in time. Crashing, cancelling crash. Please wait. Zzz. Well, if it'll double cross us, it's a double negative, so in the end we won't be crossed. Well, it depends on if it crosses us the second time in the same direction or in the opposite direction. Because you could cross like that, and then if it crosses back like that, then yeah, there's no connection. But if it crosses like that, and then crosses like that, then it's just twisted itself around us. Cross, not crossed. Double cross. As in angry. Yeah. Don't cross the streams. Haha. I was thinking of the same thing. The live streams? Well, they were pretty live when they shot out of those guns. Yes, bots. For your information, we're talking about Ghostbusters, the energy where they catch the ghost, the plasmas. Yeah, that. Ah, oh, you're a bot too. Oh, I had no idea. Actually, I kind of did, but I didn't want to say anything. Ah, now that I think of it, that must be how Kango got stuck in the door. You crossed your live streams yesterday. Oh, of course. Of course. Yesterday. Tuesday. Wait, what? Tuesday? Since when do we stream on Tuesday? I mean, we used to stream on Tuesday. I used to stream on Tuesday, but I had to switch things around. 2 days back, yeah, that's true. Gulp.wave. Ha. Never. Monday, I must have lost a day. Crossing those damn live streams. Yeah. Never in my life have I ever live streamed on Tuesday. No, never. Yeah, it does get confusing. Or on any other day other than Sunday or Monday. True. Wait, wasn't it that... On what day was that very first live stream of yours live stream? The one that didn't have any audio, like any microphone, any commentary? What day was that? Was that Sunday as well, or Monday? On Sunday, I'm pretty sure. I could check. But I can't right now. I could check, if I could, but I can't. I'm sure in another time zone it has been a different day for someone watching. Yes. XSD. Other device, yes. Yes, I do quite like how this looks. Although the top of it does need to be a little bit more uneven. Most lightly. Most lightly. Yes, most lightlies have lychee leesies, as you know. Context? There is no context. Someone watching Australia would have been watching tomorrow, therefore on Monday or Tuesday. Likely. Yes, I know. Makes sense? Is that a shop, like a supermarket chain? Makes sense. Make sons? No. Make sons. SNS. Make sons. Makes sense. Yes, like that. Aha! So you have live streamed on a Tuesday. You mean with the time zones? Because Monday and then Tuesday. Makes sense. Der Beste von Bestes. Ah, yes. Okay, this is taking a while, but it's worth it. Oh, goodness gracious me, so I have. And I even admitted to it live on a live stream. Oh no! Yes, terrible, I know. Okay, so... Oh, we've gone past 10. So... it still looks a little bit bumpy. There's still quite a bit of smoothing that needs to be done, as you can see by me smoothing. But overall, I do really like the shape of this valley. And I think that it's going to look really good once the scenery is... Well, once the scenery arrives. Yeah, pity we've had to set out early. It was supposed to be installed Tuesday, if you get the reference. Yeah. Yeah, reference? Yes, reference. We've had to leave early. It was supposed to be installed Tuesday. Let me guess. Tuesday? What? Huh? It's a Star Trek reference. Star Trek Generations. Where the Enterprise B sets off. They've not got photon torpedoes because they were supposed to be installed Tuesday. They've not got tractor beams. And so forth. Just search for, on YouTube, just search for Star Trek Tuesday. You'll find it. The Encyclopedia Britannica is a popular reference. That is true. Okay, yeah, once I've made that look a bit more interesting, this is really going to be good. It comes over this way. You can already glimpse the lake through there. It goes around this big curve. And then it comes out, you can see the lake, you can see the mountains back there. It'll be better with a higher end distance and with reflections turned on again. Goes around here, quite a sharp curve, but that's okay, we checked. And then this goes through here, over the bridge and down that way. So, actually we're going to do a little bit more smoothing, just a tiny little bit. And then I'm going to save just to make sure that it doesn't freeze. And that should probably be fine. Right, I'm afraid that reference warp 7'd right off my head. Good reference. However, I can't truthfully say that I have ever sat down or stood up and read through it all. Trainz, have you gotten rid of all the seams in Train? No, not yet. Because I want to make this 5 meter grid size and then I'll do it, because there's no point in doing it first. And I'm going to make it 5 meter once I'm finished editing the main terrain bits. So there you go. So gotcha. Good. Good. So with that, thank you all very much for watching. This will be... I've already gotten an image for the thumbnail. You remember with those things like where they were going... work in progress. Yeah, I think I'll use the work in progress thing. I think that'll be good. Yes. So thank you all very much for watching. Willis1961, it's a pleasure having you in chat. Kangafanga as well, of course. Willis1961, the Serious Cow King, VGR. Thank you. Also, if you're watching this archived, or if you're watching without an account. And this live stream will, of course, be archived on YouTube. And good night. Yes, Mr. Snipes too. I said Mr. Snipes. Or did I? I thought I said Mr. Snipes. Anyway, good night. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow for Star Trek Pathos. It's going to be interesting. We got a set of World Book Encyclopedias when I was in first grade. I don't think that E is supposed to be capital. Great, and I think I pretty much read through the entire thing by the time I finished high school. Yeah, but of course the Encyclopedia Britannica was written as, at least part of it, part of the purpose was as propaganda. But anyway, there's still lots of good information in it, and it's a really good window into that world. But anyway, good night, bye-bye, gotta go. Not magic related or anything, just bye.